Welcome back to TeamSport Acton for this 50-lap race comprised entirely of TeamSport members. Everyone on this grid is pretty quick. You're going to see some pretty rapid times over the course of this race. And as luck would have it, of course, my randomly assigned grid position is of course last. So some work to do here. Let's see if we can slot in and start taking advantage of some of the carnage up ahead. Unfortunately though, on that first lap we're kicking things off with a red flag. On the restart, I've got lightweights directly ahead of me, so it's going to be difficult to keep pace with those guys as we get up to speed, but hopefully I can slot in and start reclaiming some of that time. You can see the driver up ahead goes wide, and he's not particularly quick up the ramp, so I'm going to take this. Doesn't look like the driver in the green suit is particularly quick through that corner as well. I'm taking a tight line here because I'm aware the driver behind is still there and could cause a problem. You can see lots of position swapping going on ahead. Definitely gaining some time through that corner. I'm not sure who the driver in the green suit is, but directly ahead of him we've got Steph, who's obviously one of the quicker junior members, and in front of him we've got James Barnes, who is also a very quick lightweight driver. You see number 10 getting all out of shape out of that corner, so I'm going to think about having a go through here. Yeah, he's got out of shape here as well, so I'm going to go for the dive bomb on the inside. Looks like he has seen me, he's left the space, and we're through. A few laps later, I do manage to catch up to the back of the pack. You can see the driver directly ahead, James Barnes, has made a move on KO there in the blue suit on the left. KO, I believe, started this race on the front row. So he's obviously having some trouble there as I slip down the inside and gain a position on James as well. Go a little bit wide, make a bit of a mess of that corner, and James is right there with me. He's going to be a regular fixture in this race, and once again you see I'm going defensive through that corner and he just drives straight past me. Excellent switchback from him there, but he didn't cover the inside. I'm not sure he really could, to be honest, so I'm able to retake that position. Here he is on my inside, and this occasion he has just driven right past me. That's nicely done. Goes on to challenge Steph, puts himself on the outside going through that corner, and that's obviously not going to work. Hasn't seemed to cost him too much though, and there's another red flag incident there. I believe that is Luke and Owen coming together for the lead. They are allowed to resume in the positions they were holding before the red flag, and I'm back onto this tightly condensed pack with James directly ahead, chasing Steph, chasing Adonis, chasing Luke, chasing Owen, all of us within just a few seconds of each other. And you can see that James has gone for a move, it hasn't quite worked out, and that allows me to close right back in. Steph going a little bit defensive through that corner, doesn't seem to have cost him too much time, and now I really am closing in on James's bumper. Made a bit of a mess of that corner though, and I've definitely lost some time as a result. Gotta be careful not to overcook it in my eagerness to catch up to the carts ahead. I think that was a pretty good corner, albeit not really that productive in gaining time. I seem to be losing time in that corner just before the ramp, and you can see now Toby joining the race late. I consider that to be an unsafe release, to be honest. He's hit multiple carts on the way out from the pit lane. He's hit me as well, and basically put me on the outside and allowed KO to sneak back up on me. So wasn't too pleased with that one. A few choice words inside the helmet, shall we say. But for the time being, it's head down. Let's see if we can reclaim that time. And as I said, started towards the front, and definitely seemed to struggle in this race. He's left the door open, so I'm going to sling it down the inside. And now let's see if I can relap Toby. Not before though he gets involved with the cars fighting up ahead. I think he's going to go for a lunge on Steph here and take the position. And you're going to see Steph gesticulating here, stay behind, you are not challenging for the position. And he's not impressed with that driving, to be honest, but I'm following Steph through. Dispatched Toby, and hopefully we can get back on the case of catching the karts up ahead. We do just that, and Steph does manage to get back ahead of James before attempting to defend that position and ultimately losing. So we're back in this same pack. We have been dropped a little bit by Owen and Luke in first and second, and now you can see that Steph is gesticulating to work together with James. I'm not going to allow that to happen. Take an opportunist dive down the inside and see if I can get back on the case. Got to be mindful, of course, that James is still here, so whatever move I attempt on Steph here does have the potential to put me back behind James if it doesn't work. Managed to slot in behind him on this occasion, and I'm just going to try and give him a little bit of boost down the ramp, see if we can catch Adonis. Now I've gone defensive in that corner, which has compromised my exit, and James has once again done the switchback, made it stick this time, and I pay for that defensive mistake. A pair of us though closing back in on Adonis and Steph. He leaves the door open for some reason, so I'll take that lunge all day long. Going defensive once again though. Will I make the same mistake? Can James pull back alongside? Not on this occasion. Now you can see some kind of contact up ahead, which has compromised both Steph and Adonis. Brought me well back into play. Still got to be mindful of James behind. So I'm taking a tight line through there. Is that going to allow James to sneak up the inside? No, I'm going to go down the inside on Steph instead, but the outside is looming, and on this occasion James has managed to sneak in there, so that hasn't worked. See if I can slot him behind. He's left the door open again, and I've managed to retake the position almost immediately, but that has compromised my exit, and we are getting gapped a little bit by the two ahead. Steph tries to go around the outside on Adonis, and I can follow through. He's looked like he's managed to make it work, and the tapping the helmet means, you know, let's work together. Unfortunately, I've lost all of my straight line momentum there, and I have to see the position back. I can sense that there is another move brewing, so I'm just going to try and stick close behind these guys. James still looming, but unfortunately coming towards the end of the race. An odd time to stop the race, I think, bringing out the yellows halfway around the lap, but there we go. So, race winner in the end after more than 50 laps, because I think a few more were added when Toby joined, is Owen, leading just ahead of Luke. Steph completes the podium, and he's chased hard by Adonis, myself, and James Barnes directly behind. Some pretty quick times across the board. I think everybody got into the 22s with the exception of KO, and you can see that he got pretty damn close as well. Pretty good race from start to finish, with plenty of action, with most drivers keeping it pretty clean. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.